Hello, this is Phenom 161. You may recognize my name around on pretty much a lot of the forums. I just wanted to go through and talk about the Tacamo MK7P magazine kit. I got mine on Thursday, and unfortunately they were missing two very important pieces, one being the feed cover and the other one being the meat hook for the cycle. Ended up calling RAP4, told them, hey, I don't have these two pieces, been waiting a year for this thing, get those out to me. They sent them out, got them on Saturday. I spoke with John. For some reason customer service has no clue or no idea about these kits. They don't know what pieces come with what, so it sounds like they need to do a little bit more training over there. But going on to the kit, it was pretty easy to put together as far as the screws and putting your old parts in here. The one issue I did have was, I'm sure you've seen it all over the forums, is this pin was really hard. I had to use a rubber mallet to hammer it in, and I do foresee that being a problem if you take this thing apart a lot and that pin breaking. I did actually order a new pin from Tech T. They just came out with a metal version one of these, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out at Tech T's website. Those guys do great work and their customer service is beyond excellent, so definitely check that out. I got mine on order, hopefully get it here soon, probably early next week or early this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. But definitely, probably invest in it, either a spare or get that metal one, because if you take this thing apart a lot, it's going to break. I mean, those O-rings are going to get chewed up eventually. And I did talk to John at RAP4 about that. He does know about the issue and how the holes don't line up correctly. Now, I'm assuming, I would hope that they would fix that on their next production run that they do, and to fix that problem completely. If they do, they probably should send out new bodies, or at least new halves to people that already have them, so that it fixed that issue. But other than that, it did go in. Like I said, you can use a rubber mallet or a piece of wood and a hammer, and just tap it in slowly and gently so you don't break it. But once it is in, it goes together good. So basically got that in. I got my flex valve in here, got everything together. Then my next step was to get this little pin in here. You will notice that when you put it together, some may have this issue and some may not. Is, take it apart here for you real quick, is that when you put it together, this little nut right here, I don't know if you can see that, will actually not sit in this little recess right here all the way. So you see that, but it won't sit in there all the way because there's actually leftover metal in there from, I don't know, when they do the casting or whatever, but they don't clean it out. I end up taking a Dremel with a I think there's a little grinding bit on it. It actually was small enough to fit in there, and also the little sanding disc for the cylinders, the smallest one fits in there, just to clean it out a little bit. And I actually end up going and removing the paint off the nut, and after doing that, you find it fits really nicely in there. And it's actually a little bit loose, which is probably a good thing. And then when you actually put it back together, make sure you have a 3mm wrench, because for some reason they went with 3mm instead of the regular 1/8 inch. And you tighten it down, it tightens down nicely now. So when you put your magazine well on here, it fits on there nice, flush, goes on there easily, comes off easily, and so yeah, I mean, other than that, that was one of the issues I had with it. And let's see, what else do we got here? So this is the pin in this. The pin does go in hard. It, goes in really hard. I don't know if that was part of Tacamo RAP4's kind of thing actually. It goes really hard, but it's to keep it in there hard. There it goes. And so it doesn't move around or what, but the pin does go in hard, and it does go in. You just gotta give it a little force, and it stays in there. The next issue I had, as soon as I took this thing out, I was actually playing with the magazine release. I found out that it had, when you pressed it out, it would actually flop down or get stuck. Well, that was just a matter of issue of taking this thing, and if you push this all the way in, I actually can use a little pin, I think, push it in, and kind of you screw it in all the way until it's tight. Once it's tight, you put it back in there. When you push that pin out, it won't fall down at all. It won't get stuck, it won't get lodged, so it will release and grab that magazine every time. That was one issue I had with that, so it's an easy fix. Just tighten it up, tighten it all the way up until it's tight, you know, and then you don't have to worry about it. So that was an easy fix. It was probably just the factory didn't screw them all the way on. They just probably slapped them together and went on their way. So let's see, other than that, I pretty much don't think I had any other issues with this as far as putting it together. The pins do go in tight. Now, I don't know if that's Rec 4's idea of having a nice tight tolerances or not, or what the thing is behind that, but they probably could loosen them up a little bit more. Same thing with the stock here. That pin goes in tight. And like we said, once you get them in, they're in there. I mean, they're not coming out. So I guess that's a good thing. Stock is firmly in there. Let's see here. Other than that, I did shoot it. Put 20 rounds, or yeah, 2 magazines through it. Shot beautifully, no problem. The first one was PMI premium paint. That stuff, you know, whenever you can get it, good stuff. Another one was Cryptic. It's very hard paint, but it shot fine through it, no breaks, either of them. So my last little issue on this is the actual magazine that they sent with it. Now, I have a previous magazine, 20 round magazine, I ordered like 3 or 4 months ago, and it went in here, you know, winded it down, went fine, no problems, no issues, nothing at all. So I don't know what they changed about them, if they changed anything, or if it's just the way they're, you know, molding the stuff now. But my previous magazine, I could wind it down, fit in there, it would release all the way up, no problem. This one, when I would actually put it in the magazine here, it would go in, but the ball follower would actually stop like right in here, and it would get stuck. So as I was looking at it, I kind of played with it, and there is just a little bit of wiggle room in there. I mean, not much, just a little bit, but if you would actually take the magazine and pull it like towards me, it would release it the rest of the way. So I figured what it was this little piece getting stuck on the side of the magazine. All I did was take a little piece of sandpaper, file it down. I took like a flat ruler, make sure it was nice and flush with it. Probably can't see it, but it's below the outside of the body of the magazine well, or the magazine right here. So it's a quick fix. You know, it takes like 5 seconds to do with sandpaper. I actually took the whole thing apart, took that right out, and sanded it down so I could get nice and below the body of the magazine here. And you know, it's still, you still can wind it up with your fingers. It's still doable. And even the little winder tool here, it's on the bottom of the magazine. But like I said, I fed it through the gun, put it on semi, put it on full auto. It shot every single paintball, no breaks, and worked great. So like I said, it was easy to do. It is kind of disappointing when you wait a year and you still got to mod some things on it, and you know, Rep 4 kind of lost it on that one. But you know, they're easy mods. You can do them, easy fixes, I should say, not really mods, but easy fixes. And the more you go through and over this thing, you will find that it is actually pretty easy to put together. Now, my one gripe, like I said, is, you know, getting the stuff and it doesn't fit 100%. Now, hopefully Rep 4 will take our comments that we've been posting on the forums, and with the phone calls, I called him like 3 times, emailed John like 2 more times after that, and so hopefully they take our comments and the next batch doesn't have that issue, and go from there. But I'm actually gonna do a little short video shooting this thing. I have a magazine full of some store brand paint that I got. It's smaller caliber. I was thinking maybe .676. It just fits in the magazine to the point where it doesn't come out, but I mean, you can actually take the ball and push it in there with the magazine up, so it's just right on the edge of being too small of a paint to actually being stopped right here, but I do have it in there. I'm going to go try and shoot it. I have no clue how this stuff is going to shoot. I think it's a little bit more brittle than probably the PMI Premium, so I don't know if it's going to break in the barrel or, you know, in the magazine or in the gun. You know, that's kind of like my ultimate test because it's pretty brittle paint. So I'll go get that set up and I'll see you back shooting it. Alright, back outside here. Got my gun, you know, whole 13 cubic inch tank here. Just going to take one or two shots to see how it chronos. Like I said, this is the smaller paint, if you see there. You actually fit 21 in here because it's small. I'm using a 679. I got a Tech TI fit kit here, so I'm using this .679 insert there, and it's actually a little too big for this. Probably go down to like a 676 almost. So let's give it a shot here. Got it in there. All right. It's gonna take a couple of chrono shots here. Here we go. It's like 285. Unless my chronos goes up. 285, 287, so that's pretty good. But let's go put it on full auto right here. Alright, so I obviously saw I broke some paint. And actually, the magazine is clean, as you can see, clean. And so is the breech. So it looks like they were just barrel breaks. So, like I said, this is very, you know, brittle paint. Probably not the best stuff in the world. Oh yeah, got some huge barrel break in there. So yeah, the breech is clean. Everything's clean. It's just a barrel. So it was just barrel breaks. Like I said, cheap paint. You know, what do you get? What do you expect? So yeah, actually not too bad on full auto. And shooting at 280, 285. I think 287 was what I got last one there. So can't complain.